Okay, so we're talking about vision. I just wanted to give my testimony real quick. I started Plexus Products probably 6 years ago. A friend of mine introduced them to me, and I was on the big bandwagon. I think I actually posted like one post, and just didn't feel like it was my thing, didn't feel like it was my calling. So I've stayed with the products like off and on for the past 6 years. Stacy and I work together. I'm an SLP, she's an OT, and we would in conversation talk about Plexus, and I was like, yeah, I take them, kind of order them here and there, but just got more consistent this past year with just the interaction with Stacy. So she is, I'll probably know, not very pushy, not very, like post, but I would send her pictures of like, oh my gosh, I love active, or oh my gosh, blah, blah, blah. And she'd be like, you should post that. Like that would, just like gently encouraging. So just this summer, I decided to start like really posting and have gone all in just since June. So I am fresh to this. But what I have really been focusing on the last month is mindset and all of these resources that our team and upper team has given us as far as the podcast and the coaching, and it's just really shifted things for me in terms of the power that my thoughts have over everything, over not just the business, not just trying to share with others, but I see it trickling into like other parts of my life. So I just wanted to share just a couple of things. I know that we've all kind of listened to the different podcasts, but a big piece to all of this is vision. And I feel like it's, for me, my faith's important. So Proverbs 29:18 says, where there's no vision, the people perish. Another translation says, people are unrestrained. So I like that term. You're just kind of all over the place, wild. But he who keeps the law is happy. So this is really like casting a big kind of mindset shift for me as far as like, where do I want this to go? What do I want this to look like? And that's grounding me in my pursuing, reaching out to people and sharing and posting. It's kind of transitioning into like, that's the basis of it, is having this vision. And so listening to the Ed Mylett podcast and Craig Groeschel, I also joined Emily Gibson's coaching. She talks a lot about how much your thoughts impact everything, and really separating like facts, like fact is, these are my points. Thoughts are, I feel like I'm failing because I'm not ranking up. Fact is, I am this rank. Thought is, I should be higher ranked, and really separating that. It's really shifting things for me. So about vision, on one of the podcasts, Ed Mylett talked about your why. And that, I think, is like really trendy. People are talking about, your why is important. Your why is, what grounds you. And he says that's important. Your why is important. That's what moves your action. So why am I doing this? If it's strong enough and it's the right why, that you're going to keep showing up for that, to do that. And that is important. But he talks about how important your vision is, because your vision is who you want to become. So to me, that's really resonated, and that will take me further. Like the person I want to become is going to be more motivating than just what I want things to look like. And Craig Groeschel talks about identity. I think that's one of the podcasts that that have been shared with us with the team. And so your identity is built upon the habits that you do. And I feel like that's tied together in terms of the vision of who you want to become. If I'm going to become a person who's generous, if I'm going to become a leader, if I want to become a person who's debt free, whatever that is, I'm going to do certain habits to get to that. So I feel like if you haven't like sat down and written down like the vision of who you want to be, or your vision board, which I'm going to share with y'all, I would really encourage you to do that. I took probably like an hour to just like put distractions aside. Like my kids were okay, like nobody needed me, and just think like, what do I want in terms of pursuing this business, what do I want that to look like? Who do I want to become from this? And so these are the things that I envision for myself. These are my kind of vision statements. So if you haven't done this, I would encourage you to do it. So I'm going to share my statements and then share my board that I created and kind of what it means to me. So maybe it can encourage you guys to do the same. So I want to become someone who has financial freedom. That would be awesome. Someone who gives generously. So I want to be able to give, but I don't feel like I'm in a position to give as generously as I would like. Someone who has freedom with her time. So that, would mean that I can choose what I'm doing with my time, whether that's, at working or working part-time or working the business, but I have kind of control over that. Whereas right now, I don't feel like I have control over my time at all. It's very spread thin. And then I want to become someone who leads others. So those are kind of my, this is who I want to become. And I don't have like a time frame attached to that. I don't have in 10 years, or it's just, that's what I want to focus on. That's the person I want to become. And I anticipate probably never stopping to become that person. I mean, when I listen to leaders and I listen to people who are really successful, they're always continuing to grow themselves and pursue closer steps to the person they want to become, even though they've kind of reached, high levels. It's just this journey of becoming that person, that vision for that person. So I'm going to share, I think I can share my screen. I'm going to share, I hope I don't cry, because some of this is so, I don't know, makes me emotional. Okay. So I got this off of, Canva. Yeah. And so if you just go into Canva and just type vision boards, there's all sorts of different templates that you can play with. So this was mine. And I just not exactly sure if I did it right, but I Googled some of these. Some of these were my personal images, and it looks very busy. But I actually took out a lot of the squares that you could put more pictures in. So it can be like this with a whole bunch of different pictures. There's ones that's just maybe 4 or 5 of them, but I just want to share with y'all because these are important things to me, special things to me. So on this top over here, I would love to be able to be a person who volunteers. When my kid's school says, hey, we need da 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 da, I feel like I can never give that. I can send something to school, but I can't give my time to that because I don't have that flexibility right now. I put a church here because I'd love to be able to be more active in church, to give more time to church. That's important to me. I'm actually working. I work in a school, so we had a faculty meeting. I stayed late because it's easier to not have to do this at home. But I actually work at a hospital 1 or 2 weekends a month for extra money. So I miss church on those days. So I put the church that. That's my vision, is that I'm able to participate in church and be at church. I put a Bible in there because I would love, my heart is the word and fellowship. And I don't feel like I have the time right now to be in a small group or share my walk with Christ with others as much as I want to because of time. This is a huge one for me, debt free. That's a huge one. So just the burden of carrying debt. I'm so grateful just for the impact that Plexus has had already for me in that regard. But that's huge. That one's huge. I put a picture of my family. These are my 2 kids, and these are my parents. So I would love to be able to take care of my parents one day. They are in their 60s, but I know, and they're healthy, praise God, but I know one day they won't be. So I want to be able to have that time and that financial freedom to be able to say if they need me, and they don't now, but when they do, I want to be able to do that. And I put time. That's the little clock. So just having that ability to be able to say, yes, I can do the things I want to do because I have the time, because I'm not constrained to a 9 to 5. I'm not constrained to, I have to work on the weekends to, for extra money. So that's huge. I put a hammer in here. My husband is a general contractor. He's actually building our house right now. So he's not working. So finances we're a one income family, which is very stressful, but he wants to be able to build houses, buy houses, flip houses, do rentals. Like he has that dream for himself. So I put the hammer in there because I want to be able to help him with that. I want to be able for us to do that as a team together. Not that I can hammer, but support him in any way that I can. I put a picture of Disney there because y'all, I have never taken my kids to Disney. Like we've never done any sort of big trip like that. A lot of it's been from a financial standpoint. A lot of it's been from a time standpoint. My husband and I both were in healthcare for a long time, and we just, taking time off. It just, I don't know, the time just gets away from you, and you use up sick days. And my kids are 8 and 9 now, so it's like I just not necessarily I want to take them to Disney. That's my vision, but just I want to be able to take them places. I want to be able to have memories with them that I feel like I'm not able to do as much as I want to right now. So I'll come down here. So this is my alma mater. I went to Auburn, and I put that in there because I want to be able to have the resources to help my kids with college, even if they don't go to Auburn. I hope they do, but wherever they go, I want to be able to help them with that. And that's a vision. That's a huge just heart's desire for that. This is the house that we're building. That's our like our model we're taking from. So it's going to be a little smaller than that, but I want to be able to finish our house. That's probably like number one. We've been working on our house. And when I say my husband's building it, he is building it. Like he's hammering every single nail. He is building it. We don't have a crew. It's him and a helper. So he's legitimately like putting siding on right now as we speak. So that's our, we're 2 years in. So I'm hoping within the next year we can be in there. That's a vision for me, to be in a house. My husband and I didn't have a honeymoon. We got married at a bed and breakfast. We had a small little 3-day me and you. So we talk about Italy all the time, and that would be incredible to be able to have just time with him to do something like that I've never been anywhere like that. And then for the business part, Leaders Retreat is I feel like attainable for me, and that's something that I want to cast on my future of being consistently part of Leaders Retreat. I put Emerald on there. That would be a huge goal to hit Emerald. And then I put the Lexus on here, y'all. I drive a Tahoe that has 340,000 miles on it. And my husband is keeping it together because A, I don't want a car payment. B, we're trying to get into this house. So my kids are like to the point where they're like almost embarrassed by the car. And anyway, it's just a whole thing that I joke about, but I'm like, no, like keep it together because I don't want a car payment. And we need to get in the house first, and then maybe I'll get something. So, oh my gosh, being able to have a reliable vehicle like that is on my vision board. And so all of these are not necessarily, like I said, time frame, like, I want this, and this to happen within the next 6 months or within a year, but just like in general, these are the things that I feel like having them, like visually seeing them. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. I can't remember how to do that. Should be able to. Oh. Maybe stop sharing. Ooh, how do I stop sharing? Oh, stop sharing. Hello. I do this all the time. Okay. Anyway, sorry if that was too much, but I feel like seeing it visually like that is so encouraging because it's like tangible. It's not just like, oh, I want to be able to do really well with this, or I want to be able to, make extra money, but like it's concrete, and I'm super visual, and like I'm a note taker. So like having that and seeing that is super inspiring for me to be able to say, this is who I'm becoming. This is like my trajectory of who I want to become, a person who is able to give her time and give finances to others that need them, and take my family on places that we haven't. So I feel like all of that is kind of the drive for me to like get up and make the messages and make the posts and do the podcast and hop on the Zoom and all the things. And I think if that wasn't there, the same thing would happen that happened to me the first time. I would just post and be like, okay, nobody really said anything, so whatever. But I feel like now that my vision is there, I'm going to go further, and it's going to be something that I'm going to do long term. So if you haven't done that, I encourage you to do it. And I don't even know if this is how I was supposed to talk about this or anything, but that's what I've got.
You did great, Lauren.
Okay. Thank you.
So,
do y'all have anything?
I did a training a while back and talked about how vision casting was really vision planning. So when you plan out, your vision board, and you get this, in Plexus, they used to do a Gold Rush training that talked about, ask people, if you had unlimited time and unlimited finances, like what would you do? And that is so hard for people to understand and comprehend, because I don't know what it's like to live a life with no finances, no financial restraint and all this free time. Who knows what that's like,
Right.
So when you're talking about having financial freedom and having those opportunities, so that's really what it's about, right? Having those opportunities that you can do the things that you need to do and that you want to do, like taking care of your family and going on those trips. That's your freedom and your opportunities. So I love that. Sorry. Anybody else have anything?
Good job,
baby. Thank you.
And I mean, God directed you into what you needed to talk about, and you talked from the heart, and I love that.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been, I mean, it really has shifted things for me. And I feel like when you have so much going on, you tend to like drop the thing that you feel like is not a necessary thing. Like in my past, I mean, and that's different things. Like there was a season when it was like working out, and it's like I really don't have time for that. I'm going to cut it or whatever it is. But I feel like without this, I would have already been like, I don't have time for this. Like this is taking up too much effort, and I'm stressing, and but I feel like it grounds you to be like this is why I'm doing it. It's not just one more thing on my plate, but I'm truly striving to get to this place. I mean, and it's not really like, okay, if I never get there, I'm going to stop. I'm going to make the effort every day to get closer to that. Even if I'll never be financially free, I'm going to work my tail off to be close to that.
I have no doubt that you will be one day. But that's a great testimony. Like, and it's a great perspective of when you start to have other business builders come underneath you, that the first thing you want them to, kind of grasp hold of is the opportunity and their why. So not only like vision casting for yourself and vision planning for yourself, but for your business builders that come up underneath you. That's important. It's a good perspective to have.
Yeah. Yeah. Are y'all doing tummy time with baby up there? He's holding his head up so good.
No, I don't know what's wrong with it. It's been a mess for like 2 days now. And so I'm so tired. But he's being good right now.
He looks happy right now with his hand. His hand is yummy.
You'll make yourself throw up.
His little teeth are coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Say hi, everybody.
Lauren, you'll appreciate this. He was making all kinds of sounds earlier. We were on the phone. I was like, he sounds like a little baby dinosaur.
Oh, I love those. That's what I'm trying to get to do all day long. These kids make some vocalizations. Come on, come on and talk to me.
Stop vocalizing. Too much. All three of them.
Well, I know. Then you're like,